Look at the ages. 24, 26. Look at the
I
ages.
saw that over there, 17, 15.
Do you see this? And this is from 4 decades ago. Everyone refused to hear us.
So they've lost their generation.
They refused to hear us. I was in prison, in the last prison when I was 17. I was tortured, I was raped, and I was under severe interrogations. And when I came out, no one believed me. When I told everyone, they didn't believe me. And I was showing them proof. And they were like, no, this is not happening. They closed their eyes, and this has been happening. Instead of one person, it's been 700 people. Instead of one person, it's been thousands and thousands. If the Lord heard us the first time, all of these angels wouldn't be gone. All of these women were raped before they were executed. I know someone, a 13-year-old girl who was raped by 14 men the night she was executed.
Wow.
And the world is just happy to close their eyes because petrol and oil means more than actual human life. Because capitalism deserves everything and the people deserve nothing. We should just paint the streets with our blood and no one gives a damn because we're in Middle East. Who cares? If Middle East, let them be. All that cares is important about Middle East is the oil after all. But look at all of this. Look at us. 6 more volumes. I'm going to check see if the other
Is this the latest one?
This is actually the smallest one. All of these, and you can see it here. These people, please picture of, see, look at them. When you see it, it feels more real, huh? Back then, it's just
So
names here.
when was that? Those years? 1984. 3 brothers were massacred in 1988.
And the only reason all of this is because we stood up for freedom. Because we belong to this flag. The only reason I went through whatever I did was because of
What does that say? What does that say in your language?
That's actually Arabic. It says God will keep blessed the freedom fighters against those who choose to sit down and stay quiet when innocent people are getting slaughtered.
Yeah, wow.
It's an eclectic community. It started as a Muslim community, but now it's eclectic. Our friends are atheist, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist. You can see us all over. It's because we just belong to this flag and the monarchy and the sheikh will kill us and slaughter us. Our friends are standing there 4 years in prison, 5 years in prison, raped, tortured. You can still see the signs and the wounds and the scars on their body. You can still see them on my body. And the word was blind, and hopefully now people see us, and this means so much to us when you come.
Yeah, nice.
Well, now we know about
Yeah.
you. You know, because you're a distant country.
I know.
This is the trouble.
I
Because you're a
know.
distant country, you know. Oh yes.
And this was 4 decades ago, so there were no cameras to record this.
Yeah.
But all of these slaughtered people, they're all buried here in a mass grave. And I was the one who took this story of 2 brothers who were slaughtered to their mother, who for 35 years she thought her kids are in prison. And I cursed myself for doing that because I had to print the papers out of the same book and frame them and take it to them and say, I'm sorry, I don't have your sons for you, but I know that they're gone. Don't wait for them anymore, but pray for us that maybe we succeed. This is going to be long, and we're ready to sacrifice. I will sacrifice to the last drop in my vein, but we will fight, and then we're going to be free to fight with all of you, because freedom fighters, we will prevail. Doesn't matter what. We will prevail, and I so appreciate and love that you're here. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So lovely to meet you.
Thank you. Same here. Same place. First love, love. Thank you so much. Thank you. Prevail. It doesn't matter what it takes, we will fight.
Thank you.
This has to stop and we will fight for it. Let the others stay asleep. Our eyes are open, we'll see.
If you'd like to see the video
Oh, I would
filtered
love
before,
that.
it's
Yes,
Freedom.
please.
If you get on YouTube, Freedom.
Let me. Actually, I'm half blind, so I can't see the
Freedom.
screen.
I can only just see this one too. FREEDOM.
Okay, I didn't know
Front?
it right now. Front?
I think it's got a base space between.
Okay, like
Sorry.
this. Freedom front?
Canberra. I think it's that one. Where is it? No, I think I saw the picture.
Yes, I talked to him. Yes, I talked to him when I met him. He was so amazing. I'm actually gonna say this.
Yeah, that's.
He was so amazing. He came and he wanted to record this, and he told me he wants to do a live stream, but he said that something come up, so he has to go. And he came back, and I was standing there chanting when he came back, and it's amazing. It's amazing what we see from you and what we don't see from you.
No, I just went up the lawn to spend some time up here, and I come across this. It was just this is how far they will go if we don't sort this out now. So, as you can see, the Iranians are here, and they're protesting because 120,000 people executed for political grounds. Political grounds. Does that sound familiar? Now, you look at all these people here. All these people, 17, 16, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 15. Political grounds? What political grounds would these young adults, under 18-year-olds, had? It was so vital that they had to be executed. That's right, you heard me, executed. Over here, more whole families executed. Whole families executed. A doctor, his wife, daughter, executed on political grounds. This is how far this can go if you don't stand up for the people now. All these lives have been lost. Whole families, newlyweds, uncles and nieces, mothers, dads, fathers, doctors and nurses taken from this planet because they had a view, that political view, supposedly a political view. Nobody has the right to take anybody's life regardless of their political view. But these young people, young doctors, young nurses, the price of resistance to freedom. Right now, the price of resistance for freedom is very minimal compared to what these people were willing to put on the line. These people knew what would happen if they pushed back. These people knew in where they come from, it could mean death. And they still fought for their views and their political rights and their freedoms. How much will you give up before you push back? Will you let it get to the stage like this where fighting back for your freedom will cost you your life? These people did. These people did. International soccer players, captain of Iran's national soccer team. Lives ended. Down here, look. Electrical engineer, director of the power generator factory, also captain of the handball team, captain of the basketball team, winner of 5 gold medals, executed for supporting the PMIO. How far are we going to let it go, guys? How far before you stand up? Spread this wide. Spread this. These people stand up knowing what it's going to cost.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, what's this one about? Are they being? So did they protest and then get
And they
persecuted?
get killed. Yeah, they get killed. Yeah.
They're
In
getting
the
killed.
street, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was only like last year,
No, 4 months ago.
4 months ago. Wow.
Yeah.
ببخشید خیلی هوا گرم
Wow.
Look how
خیلی خوشحال شدم از زیارتتون.
See those feet there? Guess what they're connected to? They're connected to a human life who fought for their freedom. Fought for their freedom. 80 juvenile offenders face the death penalty. Girls aged above 9 may be accountable as adults and therefore are punished with the death penalty. And yet boys above the age of 15 have the same thing. It doesn't sound like equal rights. Look at this guy. He has a noose around his neck. He's handcuffed. He's about to be executed. He is still not giving up his freedom. Look at his face. He is not giving up that freedom for anything. His views on freedom are not negotiable. Not negotiable. People stood by and watched him executed. People stood by and watched him executed. He was tortured, look. Broken bones, hands, feet, jaw. Didn't give up. Did not give up. These people fought for their freedoms to the end, knowing what it would cost them. Hanged in prison. Executed in prison. Hanged in prison. Because they stood up for their political views. And political opponents. So these people tried to change the system from within. They went and tried to get in as a political opponent to change the system within for all these people, and they got hanged for it or executed for it. You still think the way to fix this problem is from within, or is it the people standing up now? People standing up now. This is what will solve this problem. These people, none of these people deserve to die. Are you reading this? Have a look. Queuing up for the death. National Council of Resistance. There's already people in Australia that have been arrested for standing up. There's already people in Australia that are in jail for standing up. There's people that have just disappeared that were standing up. Was tortured to make false confessions against himself and his brothers despite extensive international campaigns. Why? They don't care. Look at Julian Assange. He's Australian. Are the Australian government standing up for him? Are these guys standing up for him? No. Why? Because they're part of the problem as well. Just like this guy's government. It's all one big loop, guys. And it's circling the drain. All the people in that environment. The evil people. When are we going to stand up? When are we going to stop it? And then we can help these people. Once we fix this country, we can help these people get their freedoms back. These people have lost more freedoms than we have, and they are fighting to the death for their freedoms back. The death. Absolute tyrannical government control. Where is this? It's right here as well, guys. You just don't see it. You don't see it. You don't think it's coming. It's coming. It will get to the stage. It will get to the stage, and you will be wishing that you'd stood up before it got to the stage. Like these people, their forefathers, if they had stood up, they may not have got to the stage. Mark my words, there'll be a referendum soon and see whether we want to step away from the monarchy. And you'll think, yes, the monarchy do nothing for us. Well, there is still legislation and there's still laws and our constitution, etc., that are helping us stay out of this thing. It's helping us stay out of this thing. As soon as we step away from the monarchy, you can watch. You watch what happens. I don't necessarily say that the monarchy is innocent either, but at the moment they have to work within their own laws. As soon as they step away from the monarchy, then they can create their own laws like they already have been doing, falsely. And you wait to see what happens then. Then this thing will come out. And this thing will come out for the everyday person. You won't see anybody of power in there. You won't see anybody with any influence in there. You will just see everyday people in there. This wall, as devastating as it is nothing compared to this book. This book here has a list of 20,000 people. These are human beings that stood up for their freedoms, and they knew the price. They knew the price, and it's a lot bigger than what the price we pay at the moment in Australia is for freedom. And we don't have it yet. If we don't stand up, there'll be books like this with everyday Australians' names on it. Every one of us need to find. There's another 4 volumes of that book. Are you hearing that? There is another 4 volumes of that book. These are everyday people who put their life on the line for their freedom. It's coming here, guys. Nobody has the right to take anybody's life, ever. These guys out here are taking lives by the hundreds already. We know it. You've seen down here on all the people that have died from the medication. That's just another reason. There's no freedoms here yet. You need to fight for it, otherwise one day it'll end up with a war like this in another country with Australian people standing up trying to get Australian freedoms back. If we can solve our own problem, then we can help these people with their problem. We need to stand together, guys. We need to stand with these people. We need to stand together as Australians, multicultural. Every person is a person. Every person is a human being. Every person, we're all, it doesn't matter where we're born or where we come from, we are all of the same race. And well, these guys want us extinct. You know, they put up false flags all the time, like the Russian-Ukrainian war. It means nothing to the thousands of innocent people that are getting killed here. Here. Who created that war? Was it the Western people who have funded Iran to make the war last? I mean, not Iran, sorry, Iraq? Not Iraq, Ukraine? That war would have been, even if there was a war, that war would have been over in no time with no funding from the US, from the Western civilization. What is Australia doing there? The only people who lose in war are the people themselves. The people who make the decision to go to war, they lose not one life. The people, they are the ones that lose their lives. There's more, look, you've seen this before. Where have you seen this before? Down on the lawn there with this everyday Australians on plaques every single day. I think some silence is due.
Happened to the people when the uprising, they lost their eyes, one of their eyes, or maybe eyes. That's why they put the flowers that they lose their eyes.
Oh, what's this one about? Are they being? So did they protest and then get
And they
persecuted?
get killed. Yeah, they get killed. Yeah,
They're
in
getting
the
killed.
street, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was only like last year,
No, 4 months ago.
4 months ago. Wow.
Yeah.
When are you going to stand up for these people's rights? First way to do that is stand up for Australian rights. Then we can stand up for their rights. We can push our government to help them have their freedoms back, just like we need our freedoms back. Right, guys, that's enough. If you don't fight for your freedoms, guys, this is what's coming. Once upon a time, that country would have had freedoms just like our own. Their forefathers would have fought for their freedoms just like ours did. Where are those freedoms now? Whittled away, chip, 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 chip. They're gone. They are gone. And they're getting further and further away. It's time to stand up, people. It's time to stand up. Remember, you are born free. Stay free by fighting for that freedom. Our forefathers did. Don't give it up.
It's exactly what
Why
we're
am I
fighting for.
tortured? I so wish you could see the scars of all of these beautiful people's bodies.
Yeah.
You see that woman up over there? She was the one in the dark suit. She was in prison from the age of 14 to 18. And she was raped, repeatedly, sexually assaulted.
And this is a worldwide problem. To different
14.
levels,
Yeah.
like to different levels.
And look at all of these.
It's just it's more covered up here. It's happening here too, but we don't
That
see
building
it.
is full of pedophiles.
Yeah.
I know, and
That's how they control
our
it.
country is the same. They just get to run the country and be pedos all over the place, and nobody cares. Okay, our president is a pedo. Who cares? Our supreme leader is a pedo. Who cares? They have the power in their hand. Let's just keep the leash of capitalism short enough for everyone to be slaves for us, and no one is able to raise a voice because they're just slaves to all this imperialism that's going around us, and all they teach us is, suppress the majorities, be racist. It's okay, as long as you're fighting among yourself, you're not going to come and fight with us.
That's exactly right. Make us fight amongst ourselves over every little thing, to men against women, old against young, different religions.
Color against color.
And at the end of the day, we're all the same people, and most of us get that.
I don't see any borders on these lands, do you?
No, not till they impose them. And they did. They did. They locked me out of my own home. I live in Queensland. I came to New South Wales, and then they wouldn't let me cross an imaginary line.
I'm so sorry. John, there John,